Hello and welcome to Social Media Saturday, March 23rd, 2019. Steve Sipress here, your humble correspondent on a spectacular spring Saturday afternoon here in sunny Arizona. My beautiful wife Michelle and I, are on our way. Ben is here, good seeing you, over to the Mayo Clinic Hospital. And Toby is here, great seeing you, where my beautiful wife Michelle's dad has been in there for 2 weeks now. He went in to have a treatment done. They're treating him for his cancer. And then all kinds of complications ensued, and he's been in there 2 weeks with not really an end in sight of when they're going to let him go. Because, well, I'm sure you know that hospitals cause more pain, suffering, death, damage to people than any disease ever could. And so all kinds of side effects and complications have come from him just going in there for a treatment. He had a heart attack, a minor heart attack, going the treatment. They did something that caused some damage and caused him to now have pneumonia. They put him on a bed that caused him to have all kinds of bed sores and rashes. They had to move him to a better bed, but they couldn't put him on a good bed to begin with. And don't even get me started. But anyway, we're going over there to see him, which is going to be fantastic. He is a fighter, a battler, successful entrepreneur, and it's always great to hang out with those kind of folks. So we're on our way there. Meanwhile, I wanted to share with you, and a few more folks have joined, Jim, Nick, a bunch of other people. Facebook Live sometimes doesn't show me everyone or all the comments, so I thank you if you're putting comments on there. I don't see it happening there. Or likes, shares, all that stuff is great. Here are 3 killer tips, and they're very simple, with how to kick total butt with your Facebook Live videos. And I was thinking about this just before I pressed the start button. I got at least one bonus tip to throw in here too, but I'd already typed out the title, so 3 tips it is. Hey, thanks for all those likes. I haven't even started with the tips yet, but thank you. And thank you for your thoughts, prayers, support, encouragement for my beautiful wife Michelle and her dad and her entire family. So I appreciate that too. Okay, here we go. Tip number 1, the orientation of the device on which you are recording your Facebook Live video. So if you're doing it on your laptop, pretty simple, it automatically records it properly. But if you're using an iPad or an iPhone or Android or whatever these phones are called, I'm recording it right now on a phone, you got to do one simple thing before you start the video. And I see this mistake made all the time, and it's a killer one. It's really annoying. You've got to turn the phone sideways, folks. That's how you're seeing me now. And to remember this one, just think about being in a movie theater. Or actually, you can think about now just being at home. Because the days of the old square TVs are long gone. Hopefully, maybe you have one of those in the kids' room or a basement or something. But almost every TV there is now is a flat screen TV, which means it's wider than it is tall. It's got the vertical orientation, whatever you want to call it. It's like turning the phone on its side. Okay, so unless for some reason in your house you hang your flat screen TV the long way so it's taller than it is wide, because that's how you're recording your Facebook Live videos, then I guess go ahead and do that. But that would be pretty annoying, would it not? Were you to try and watch a movie or a TV show or whatever you're watching at home on a, what the heck, we got the sun all over here. Let's try and my automatic glasses that turn from light to dark in the sun. I'm going to take those off too so you can see me. All right, so that's it. Just think about a flat screen TV, and then you'll remember, oh yeah, I got to turn the phone on the side so it mimics a flat screen TV, that it's wider than it is tall. Otherwise, I was watching one this morning, one of my clients bravely actually recorded her first ever Facebook Live video, which is fantastic. So that's great, and I'm going to get to that later. However, rookie mistake, had the phone right side up, and as she was talking to other people, now suddenly you couldn't see them in the video, or you couldn't see her, or whatever. So you got to record it wide. See, you can see my beautiful wife Michelle and I both here in the video, only because I have it on the wide orientation. If I had it straight up and down, it'd be annoying. It would show up on the page with the big black bars on both sides, because you're only using half the available territory, and it's a worse viewing experience. So number one, make it great for your viewers. Turn the phone or the iPad or whatever you're using on its side before you start to play. Now here's bonus tip number one. I made this mistake, that's for sure, early on. And by the way, don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's bonus tip number one. Don't be afraid to mess it up. Don't be afraid. Of course you're going to make mistakes. That's the only way to learn anything, is to make mistakes. Those that never make mistakes never get anything done and never learn anything, right? So here's the bonus tip. Second bonus tip, I guess, is once you start the video, you cannot turn the phone. Okay, so if you do that, it's hilarious. Did this early on in my Facebook Live career, and suddenly halfway through the video, I turned the phone to be right side up, or I had forgotten to turn it to the side or whatever, and now I could just picture everyone has to turn their head because Facebook won't turn the video. So even though you see yourself in the video straight up and down, no matter how much you twist the phone, the viewer does not. They will suddenly see your video sideways if you turn your phone 90 degrees, a quarter turn, and suddenly you're recording it, because you forgot. Oh, you started up. If you started up and down and you forgot to turn it sideways before you started, continue doing it the wrong way, up and down. Do not turn it sideways. That compounds the problem, makes it hilarious and silly, which if you're going for comic effect, I guess, that'd be good. But you're probably going for a good viewing experience and not making it annoying by making people go like this and not be able to tell what's going on. So that's tip number one, orientation of the device. Tip number two is, now this isn't always necessary, but ever since I learned this tip from a friend of mine, Simon Aronowitz, I do it before every single video. You want to set it up so that you're not filming in reverse. For some bizarre reason, the normal aspect, whether it's got to do with the phone or got to do with Facebook, but the normal aspect when you record this selfie type of video is for everything to be backwards, like you're looking in a mirror. And that can be not only annoying for the viewer, because people might have like words on their t-shirt, or they might have words, signs on the wall, or right here as we're driving down the road, we might be passing some street signs, or even if you see other cars and you see logos on them and they're backwards, it's just kind of silly and annoying, and there's an easy cure for that. So it's 3 simple steps. I recorded this a video a couple weeks ago, but I'll give it to you again because I think it's important. Now, this is it's critical if you're on purpose. So if you're like holding up a piece of paper and saying, here's the flyer for our event, or you're actually saying, look at this sign and what it says. For years, I recorded videos like that, plenty of them, where the stuff showed up backwards, and now I had to explain what it said and actually read it to people. But now I learned this trick that unfortunately Facebook and or the phone, whichever one it is, doesn't remember, and you have to do it every single time. So you get used to it. Actually, ever since I learned the trick, the strategy, the tactic, the trick, whatever you want to call it, I do it every single time. I haven't forgotten yet. Knock on wood. So here it is. 3 things. You press live. You're going to go live with the video, and you'll see a little magic wand, which is like below. It's like below where you're supposed to like put a title of the video or whatever it says. Tap on the magic wand. Then on the bottom of the screen, on the bottom right, you tap on what looks like a couple of tools, and it'll open up the orientation. And you tap on the left one, which shows you that it's a horizontal orientation, the flipping. It shows you that it's flipping it horizontally. So it's flipping around, so that if I held something up with words on it, do you have anything with words on it here?
Water bottle.
Oh yeah, I got a notepad here with words on it. And maybe something in it. Here we go. We had 4 new tires put on a couple of days ago at the old Discount Tire. So here is our warranty, and my beautiful wife Michelle brought this to me and said we got to fill out the warranty card and to look at the whatever, and there's the warranty card. And also you see the words appear normal because I took those 3 steps. I hit the magic wand, the tools, and the horizontal flip. So you want to do that just in case as you're recording your video, you want to do something like I did and show some words and not have it look backwards and annoying and ineffective. This will be more effective for you and more effective for the viewer, and not in that order. Because as with everything in business, when you're doing it right, you're thinking first about your audience, about your prospects, about your clients, your patients, your members, your customers. You're thinking about them first. You're making doing business with you easy, fun, simple, rewarding. You're not making it difficult and challenging and annoying and tough and frustrating. And so you want to orient things so that it's easy on the viewer. That's going to result in more viewers staying longer, which should result in more people converting into whatever you want them to do. And therefore, they get help from you, which means they're better off in their life, and you make more money and have another great customer, client, patient, member, whatever it is you want, which makes you better off in life. All your clients are better off, your employees are better off, your family's better off, society's better off, community's better off. Everything's better when you do these videos better. So those are the first 2 tips: orientation, and then flip it so it's right side. And then the third tip is a simple one. Just do it. Just do your first, if you haven't done it, do your first Facebook Live video like my client did this morning. Just get out there and get it done. It's what I talked about earlier that I would talk about now. Now's the time to talk about it. Don't be afraid to make all the mistakes in the world. It's the only way to learn. But just get out and do it. You can do them regularly. Say, I'm going to do one every week at this certain day and time. I've got another client, a professional comedian. He has what he calls the 420 report. At 420 or thereabouts, in his time zone, I think it is, or in the Eastern, whatever it is, every single day, he goes on and he does a live video and does a whole big comedy routine, and people love it. I love it whenever I'm on there, and he interviews other comedians when he's on the road, and then he does bonus Facebook Live videos from backstage or before the show, after the show, engaging the audience afterwards, hey, blah, 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 and talking to people. And it is so engaging, so entertaining, and it's giving everyone a taste of his brilliant comedic talents. So naturally, people are going to buy his CDs and get on his list and find out when the next show is and come and see him. And he fills places pretty much without even trying now. I think if he came out and told people, like, don't show up, it wouldn't work. The place would still be full every time he goes on stage. So actually, now he also makes a living helping the venue owners to fill their venue even when he's not there. He's like, it's not just because I'm a brilliant comedian and I'm hilarious, which he is. It's because I got a marketing system, which is the same in all of business. If you think that you'll make more money in your business because your deliverable is better than somebody else, that's a marginal difference. The big difference is in the marketing, the advertising, the communications, the sales, the persuasion, the influence. That's where the money is. And if you don't think so, I mean, just think, you know you have a competitor who has a worse quality product or service than you in the same field, and they're a direct competitor of yours, and they do crappier work than you, and yet they got more customers or clients or patients or members. They make more money. Why is that? They're doing better advertising, marketing, and sales than you. So do these Facebook Live videos. It'll help you to build an audience. And when you do them right, which is another tip for another day about the content, or you can go to helpfromsteve.com and I'll help you put together exactly the right content, the most effective content that you should be putting forth to your prospects that will engage them and get them to want to do business with you. That's not part of today's video. The 3 tips are the orientation of the phone, the flipping it horizontally so it's forwards, and then just get out and do it, which I've been doing every single day for nearly 2 years. Next week, we'll be celebrating my 2-year anniversary of recording a Facebook Live video every single day. Do you have to do it every single day? No. Do you have to do it regularly? No. Do you have to do it weekly, monthly? No. You can do it whenever you feel like it. You can do it once in a while. You can do it regularly. But there's no doubt about it. Get out there and do it. You don't need expensive camera equipment. You don't need lots of experience. As you can see here, you don't need a tripod and hold the camera steady. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Keeping Up with the Kardashians and the Survivor show and the Housewives of wherever, my beautiful wife Michelle loves watching. Whenever I come in the room, one of those is on. Like, it's the Housewives of somewhere, and like, what do you always say, honey? I just want to see
what they're wearing.
I just want to see what they're wearing. I just want to see Meanwhile, you can't help but see how they're yelling and screaming and drama and whatever. Meanwhile, it's that whole, I forget what it's called in filmmaking, where it's reality looking. They could put the cameras on tripods, but instead they put them on the shoulders of people, so they look kind of jumpy and out of focus sometimes, and it gives that realistic feeling. So that's what I'm doing right here. It's what I do on my videos, so you see that it's the real me. It's no BS. It's raw. There's no pretense. It's not slick. It's not edited. It's not fake. It's a lot of times you got a feeling it's not even pre-planned, which I'm getting better at that. They are all pre-planned. I assure you. Just I don't write down notes in front of me like I could. That's another tip for another day. I wing it, and sometimes I forget what I had planned to say. But today I did not. I gave you 3 tips. I gave you a couple of bonus tips. Use those. Make it happen. I want to see everybody out there doing more Facebook Live videos. You know, Facebook isn't going to be around forever. So take advantage. They might even take away Facebook Live videos. There's talk they're taking away the news feed, and stuff won't even go to people that aren't already connected with you or aren't already asking to see your stuff. So before Facebook makes changes and or just goes away forever, take advantage. If you got a device, you got a phone in your pocket, you have a professional grade, good enough professional grade level camera, it's free to sign up for Facebook. If you're watching this on Facebook, you have an account. If you're watching this on one of the other social media channels or on my blog or my podcast or whatever, and you don't have a Facebook account, that's free. And it's free to record these videos, and they host them for free. And then I take this video and I put it up on YouTube every day. So I got over 700 daily videos on YouTube for the last 2 years, and they're hosting them all for free. I got them all on LinkedIn, and they're hosting them all for free. I got them up on Twitter. I got them on my blog, on my podcast, all for free. I got them all over the place. There is no excuse. If you don't know what to say, if you don't have enough good information to share with your prospects, your customers, your clients, your patients about your business, tips that they would appreciate and they would want more of, and why they would want to do business with you. If you can't talk for a minute or 2 or 5 or 10 about something going on in your business that your prospects, your customers, clients, patients, members, or both would be interested in, then you're in the wrong business. Do something else that you're actually interested in, you know something about. Because then when you do, it's just a question of stop keeping it all bottled up inside and start sharing your very best tips with everybody. Facebook Live video is a great way to do it. I hope this helped. If you want some extra help, as always, go to helpfromsteve.com. We'll get on the phone. I'll ask some questions, diagnose where you're at, what you need, hear what you want, and I will help you get it. Now, understand, I got a long waiting list on there, but I do get to everybody, and I do help you out. Helpfromsteve.com. That being said, that'll do it for Social Media Saturday. Hope you enjoyed today's video, watching live. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for being here. Facebook Live not letting me see comments today. If they're there, I will respond if appropriate after. And you can also post them if you're watching the replay. I thank you for that too. And I'll be back tomorrow. Not really, I usually don't do any business content on a Sunday. I just check in and say hello on Sunday Fun Day. And to keep my now nearly 2-year streak going of recording a new Facebook Live video every single day. For those of you that watch all the time, thank you. For those watching for the first time, thank you as well.